I do remember another thing he told me on a previous visit that I had with him before his 100th birthday. And I can't remember how old he was at the time, but I was so curious to, and I think we should all do this more if we're fortunate to be able to have elders in our family or our community that we can actually speak to, just to get the wisdom of experience and age. Like I think that we're so focused on ourselves in here now. Like I think there's a lot to be gained from talking to other people, just as examples, good and bad. But when I do remember another sort of deep piece of advice he gave me. He always said, live a life of moderation, be moderate, even with moderation. Don't be excessive all the time, but every now and then give yourself a chance to blow it out and do the things that you want to do, not moderately. And so, like I always thought, wow, that's a pretty deep thing. Like be reasonable most of the time, but every now and then give yourself the freedom to go do something that's a little extreme. And so anytime I want to do something extreme, I remember what my family member advised.
Dr. William Li steps into the frame, standing in a sun-dappled kitchen filled with the earthy aroma of fresh herbs and the vibrant colors of ripe tomatoes and leafy greens. His warm smile invites viewers into a conversation that feels like catching up with a wise friend over a cup of steaming chamomile tea. Today, he is sharing a life-changing principle that has guided him for years: moderation in moderation. This intriguing piece of wisdom, passed down from his great-uncle, is not just a catchy phrase, it is a roadmap to a balanced, joyful life. It encourages living with mindful restraint most of the time, while occasionally savoring moments of unrestrained indulgence in the things that spark joy. What does this mean for you? Imagine savoring a slice of warm, gooey chocolate cake without guilt, or dancing late into the night with friends, fully immersed in the moment. Dr. Li's approach is about finding harmony between discipline and delight, and today, he will share practical ways to weave this principle into your daily life. From nourishing your body to nurturing your spirit, this video is packed with tangible tips to help you live more fully, starting today. So, grab a notebook, settle in, and let us embark on this journey together. Before we dive in, Dr. Li has a special request. If you find value in this wisdom, please like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Your support helps build a vibrant community of people passionate about living well. Drop a comment below to share your thoughts or experiences. Maybe a favorite indulgence you cherish or a way you find balance. Let us inspire each other. Let us start with the heart of the principle: moderation. Dr. Li recalls a story from his childhood, sitting at his great-uncle's wooden dining table, the air thick with the scent of roasted chestnuts. His great-uncle, a man of quiet wisdom, would say, "William, life is like a garden. Tend it carefully, but every now and then, let the wildflowers bloom." This stuck with Dr. Li. Moderation, he explains, is about tending to your garden, your body, mind, and soul with care and intention. It means choosing nourishing foods, prioritizing rest, and setting boundaries. But the twist: moderation in moderation means giving yourself permission to let those wildflowers bloom, to indulge in what brings you joy without restraint, every once in a while. Why does this matter? Because life is not a rigid rulebook. It is a dance between structure and freedom. Dr. Li points to the cutting board in front of him, where a rainbow of vegetables awaits. Eating well most of the time, think crisp bell peppers, juicy tomatoes, and leafy kale fuels your body with energy and vitality. But denying yourself the occasional treat, like a scoop of creamy vanilla ice cream on a hot summer day, can leave you feeling deprived. That deprivation, Dr. Li warns, can sap the joy from even the healthiest habits. So, how do you apply this in your kitchen? Let us break it down. First, focus on the 80-20 rule. Aim to make 80% of your meals nutrient-rich, colorful, and whole. Picture a plate piled high with grilled zucchini, quinoa kissed with lemon zest, and a piece of wild-caught salmon, its edges crisped to perfection. These choices nourish your body and keep you vibrant. For the other 20%, give yourself grace. Maybe it is a Friday night pizza, the cheese stretching in glorious strings as you pull a slice, or a Sunday morning croissant, buttery and flaky, paired with a frothy cappuccino. The key is intention. Ask yourself, does this indulgence spark joy? If so, savor it fully, then return to your garden of nourishing choices. Here is a practical tip: plan your indulgences. Dr. Lee shares a personal anecdote. Every Saturday, he treats himself to a small square of dark chocolate, letting it melt slowly on his tongue, the rich, slightly bitter notes grounding him in the moment. By planning this treat, he looks forward to it all week, and it never feels like a lapse in discipline. Try this yourself. Pick one indulgence for the week: a dessert, a glass of wine, or even an extra hour of your favorite show. Schedule it, savor it, and notice how it enhances your sense of balance. What is your go-to treat? Share it in the comments below. We would love to hear. Let us transition to another area of life: movement. Moderation applies here too. Dr. Lee steps outside, the camera following him to a park where morning dew sparkles on the grass and birds chirp in the distance. He explains that regular movement, whether it is a brisk walk, a yoga flow, or a dance class, keeps your body strong and your mind clear. But overdoing it, like pushing through grueling workouts every day, can lead to burnout or injury. On the flip side, occasional bursts of unrestrained activity can be pure magic. Picture this: a sunny afternoon, the air warm and inviting, and you join a spontaneous game of soccer with friends. You are running, laughing, your heart pounding with exhilaration, completely lost in the moment. That is the wildflower blooming. Dr. Lee encourages you to find these moments. Maybe it is signing up for a charity run and sprinting across the finish line, or dancing at a wedding until your feet ache. These bursts of joy recharge you, making your regular movement routine feel less like a chore. Here is a challenge. This week, add one joyful, unrestrained movement to your schedule. It could be a hike with breathtaking views, a dance party in your living room, or a bike ride with your kids, the wind whipping through your hair. Pair it with consistent, moderate exercise like 30 minutes of walking 5 days a week, and notice how your energy soars. What movement brings you joy? Let us know in the comments to inspire others. Now, let us talk about rest. Dr. Lee returns to his cozy kitchen, where a kettle whistles softly, filling the air with the soothing scent of lavender tea. Rest, he says, is the unsung hero of a balanced life. Most nights, aim for 7 to 8 hours of sleep, creating a bedtime routine that feels like a warm hug. Think soft lighting, a good book, or a few minutes of deep breathing. But moderation means occasionally breaking the rules. Maybe it is staying up late to watch a meteor shower, the sky ablaze with streaks of light, or binge watching a show with your partner, giggling over popcorn until midnight. Dr. Lee shares another story. Last summer, he stayed up until 2 in the morning at a family reunion, swapping stories around a crackling bonfire, the smoky scent mingling with the sweetness of toasted marshmallows. He was tired the next day, but his heart was full. These moments, he says, are worth it as long as you return to your restful habits afterward. Try this. Pick one night this month for a special late-night adventure. Then, protect your sleep the rest of the time. How do you unwind? Share your favorite restful ritual in the comments. Let us weave this principle into your relationships too. Dr. Lee leans forward, his voice warm and earnest. Moderation in moderation means investing in meaningful connections most of the time. Think regular phone calls with your parents, coffee dates with friends, or quiet evenings with your partner. The conversation flowing as easily as a gentle stream. But every now and then, go big. Throw a dinner party, the table groaning under platters of roasted vegetables, crusty bread, and a decadent dessert. Or plan a weekend getaway where you and your loved ones laugh until your sides hurt, creating memories that linger like the scent of sunscreen on a beach vacation. Here is an action step. This month, plan one extravagant moment of connection. It could be a game night with friends, a family picnic under a shady oak, or a heartfelt letter to someone you love. Balance it with smaller, consistent gestures like a daily text to check in with a friend. These efforts build a life rich with love and belonging. What is a connection you want to nurture? Drop it in the comments to spark ideas. As we near the end, Dr. Lee reflects on the beauty of this principle. Moderation in moderation is not about perfection. It is about living with intention, savoring both the ordinary and the extraordinary. It is about tending your garden with care, but letting the wildflowers bloom when the moment calls. Every choice you make, from the foods you eat to the way you move, rest, and connect, is a chance to create a life that feels vibrant and true. So, what is your next step? Dr. Lee challenges you to start small. Pick one area of food, movement, rest, or relationships, and apply moderation in moderation this week. Maybe it is planning a healthy dinner with room for a sweet treat, or scheduling a joyful activity alongside your usual walk. Whatever you choose, do it with intention, and notice how it transforms your days. You are not alone on this journey. Dr. Lee invites you to join a community of people embracing this wisdom. Like, comment, subscribe, and share this video to spread the word. In the comments, share your plans, your indulgences, or your favorite tips for balance. Your story could inspire someone else to take their first step. Together, let us build a community that celebrates both discipline and delight, creating lives that bloom with joy. Here is to you your health, your happiness, and your wildflowers. Start today and let your garden thrive.